Alright, so today I'm gonna be talking about a really important thing in Tekken, and that's labbing characters. A lot of players and people in the YouTube comments have asked me how do I lab characters. In my video, What to Learn at Every Rank, which I will post right up here, you can click on that. Most of you guys have probably watched that already, but if you haven't, it's right there, check it out. I talk about how to lab characters, but I don't go super in-depth about it. I just kind of brush the surface and then move on with that video. So this video, I'd like to address specifically labbing characters in detail and my approach to it. I was playing ranked the other day for the first time in like 2.5 weeks. I took a break for school, haven't really had a whole lot of time to make content. So I thought, hey, let's play some fucking Tekken and hit ranked. And man, that was a fucking bad idea because I haven't played in 2.5 weeks. And Tekken's the kind of game where if you don't play every day consistently for at least a couple hours a day, you're gonna get fucking, you're gonna turn really shitty. So, I was on Tekken Emperor into my Tekken God promo match. I lost that match, and then I just hit a downward spiral. Loss after loss after loss, and now, as you can see, I'm fucking booshin'. So I pretty much went from Tekken God, almost Tekken God, one fucking win away from Tekken God, all the way down to Bushin rank. So definitely not my finest hour in this game. But a lot of that has to do with the fact that I encountered, I don't know, 20... 30 Lidia players in the last couple of days, and labbing the fucking Lidia matchup in practice mode has been interesting and enlightening, but nothing that I can't really take anything away from the practice mode labbing, because I need to see her moveset implemented in real time and see how things string together, see how players like to run their offense, see what moves are most utilized by Lidia players, and just kind of learn how to circumvent those moves in real time. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of detail here on how I like to approach how to lab characters. So because I have a lot of Lidia players to thank for my demotion from almost Tekken God to Bushin, and my own ignorance of the character is also partially to blame, plus the fact that she's brand new, we don't really know how to approach her in this game, her heat system is completely foreign to us. We don't really know anything about how to approach her in Heat yet because she's never had that in Tekken before. And we weren't really exposed to her much at the end of Tekken 7. She was only in the game for, what, 2 years? She was top tier for a little while, and then she got nerfed, and then we never really saw her. So, even still, Lidia is pretty much as new a character as it gets without being brand spanking new to the Tekken series in general. Very few people understand this character and how to fight her, so I want to take her into practice mode so that I can get my ranks back and not get the shit kicked out of me. I'm fighting the Flame Ruler Lidia right now. It's not his actual rank. This player's most likely a Tekken Emperor or Tekken God, judging by the prowess, 248,000 prowess. That could be Tekken Emperor or Tekken God. And they definitely play like that, so clearly this isn't a purple rank player I'm facing. But it doesn't really matter when you don't know what the fuck you're doing against the character, and they're as oppressive as Lidia can be in Heat. So let's see what she's got. I'm gonna go over some details now. So I'm running my offense here. We got Lidia. She's approaching me. 442 is fantastic. I know that she's susceptible to sidestep right, so what did I just do there? So let's go back real quick. So Lydia's approaching me. She got 442. She connects with that. I'm at, as you can see there, with 442. If 442 connects, she's plus 15. So Lidia is plus 15 if 442 connects. You can do nothing but just take the mix up, and rightfully so. If she connects with that, then it's her turn. She gets to run her offense still. So stand back and chill and wait and see what she's gonna do. She opts to do, I don't know what this is, horse stance 1, I guess, which is a power crush, high. So obviously after 442, you can duck, but it really depends on what the Lidia player is going to do. She goes for horse stance 1, which is a homing move. So not only am I plus 50 or minus 15 and I can't do shit, but I'm also getting oppressed by a homing move now, which is also plus 1 on hit. And it's a power crush. So Lydia's pretty fucking good already from just right off the bat. Holy shit, she's got some impressive tools. But anyways, we're gonna continue with this. This guy is gonna throw out another move now. He does Stalking Wolf stance, as far as I can't remember if that's Stalking Wolf stance, but when she transitions to Stalking Wolf stance, I choose to sidestep right, and she does Stalking Wolf 1, and it whiffs. Thanks to my sidestep right. So I get my heat engager, and we're off to the races. I managed to take this round. So right here, what just happened here? Let's go back real quick. So she's taking me to the wall. She gets some damage. And now she's doing her hop kick, up forward 4. She's -5 there. I completely forgot that she's -5 with her hop kick. So I try to jab check, and because she's in stance, in heat, I think she goes into horse stance, as far as I know, or cat stance. I don't remember what it is. Oh, it's cat stance. Yeah, she's in cat stance here. I try to jab check, and it's an auto parry, right? So cat stance auto parries highs and mids if you try to check her with those types of moves. I think it auto parries mids too. I could be wrong about that, but we can test that. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna block the thing. Yeah, so it does the same thing to mids. So I'm gonna return to replay. So right off the bat, now I know if she's in cat stance from heat, I should go for a low. Let's see what happens if I go for a low now. So I'm already in a better spot, right? Like I'm already in a better position. So she's gonna do the hop kick and I'm gonna do a hell sweep now. So I can already, that's one way to deal with her shit. I can hell sweep from there, or I can throw her, because the next thing that comes out of it is, comes out of stance could be a power crush. Just keep in mind that the stance does have a low crushing, or a high crushing mid. So there's no option select here for Lidia. If I really wanted to, I could try maybe sidestepping and see what happens there. But if she's gonna go into stance, into cat stance, she has homing attacks that will stop my sidestep. So there, like I said, there's no option select. You really just have to get a hard read on the opponent. But if she does the hop kick, going low, or maybe doing a throw, not the worst option in the book. Especially if you have a low that's quite evasive too. Like Kazuya's down 1+2, fairly evasive. A lot of characters have way better lows that are a lot more evasive than that. So, you know, just use your best low in that scenario. But right off the bat, you already see that as soon as she does hop kick in heat, don't fucking mash a high, don't mash a mid, you're just gonna die. I find this next little exchange pretty interesting and also a little bit scary, because it seems to be a little bit of a lack of counterplay here, so let's just see what happens. So Lidia gets me against the wall, and I try to sidestep right to option select what she's gonna do out of that. So she hits me with the first low, and I can sidewalk. But, so sidestep right when she's in, this looks like horse or is it Stalking Wolf stance? That's horse stance into Stalking Wolf stance. But, what I find is, typically with Lidia, the answer to a lot of her moves is sidestep right. Not sidewalk right from what I found, but sidestep right seems to be pretty effective, as we saw a second ago, right? But the issue here is that Lidia has basically a hell sweep, a really fucking good low. Low into mid that's a natural combo if the low connects from, I think, Stalking Wolf stance. And it's got a lot more tracking than you think. So if I want to show you this, I'm going to show you this segment real quick. Let's just go back a little bit further than that. I want her to get me to the wall again. So she goes into stance. Now, if I block it, the mid is automatically blocked, and I can get a full launch with while standing too, because it's -16 on block. And you automatically block the mid if you, if you block the low. But you can't sidewalk this low to the left. It tracks insanely well to sidestep left. So if you get hit with this, you're at -1, horse stance 1. sidewalk left will not do shit against that low. So what I tried was the typical Lidia counterplay, a sidestep right, and it still tracks really well. It's crazy how good this fucking low is. The fact that she has homing moves from stance too, and is transitioning from stance to stance so effectively and so seamlessly, it makes it really, really difficult to deal with. So the best course of action, if you see the low coming, I didn't see this low coming because he hasn't used it once for the whole fucking fight. He uses it one time here, and then he immediately goes into it again, and I'm convinced that, okay, Lydia sidestep right? No, not that simple. This fucking hell sweep is really fucking strong, and she's got two of them. She's got two hell sweeps. One she can just do anytime she wants, and the other one is almost as homing as the neutral hell sweep that comes out of Stalking Wolf stats that you're seeing here, and it's just okay. Even a sidewalk right. If I preemptively do a sidewalk right here, after I block the Stalking Wolf 1. Okay, it's gotta be a perfectly timed sidewalk right. Jesus, man. Sidestep right will not beat this move. Sidestep right. Even if you just let the sidestep go and you don't hold back. Just let the sidestep go, don't press anything. It still clips you. Of course, if you block it, you get a full launch and you're good to go, right? It's great that you at least have that counterplay available to you for this specific move. But the fact that you really don't have any option besides block, or obviously low parry, but that's a waste of damage if you ask me. Low parrying a move like that, you never want to low parry a hell sweep type move. You always want to block these because the damage you get for this shit is insane. Why the fuck would you not? You know? You get a shit ton of fucking damage, and I wasn't even done the combo there, and I still got 80 damage already from one punish. Lydia's hell sweep here, it doesn't make it any less effective just because it's launch punishable by the entire cast. Who gives a fuck? That move is incredibly good. So she's gonna hit me with the hell sweep. I try to sidestep right, and she goes for it right away again. Insane. So basically, with that hell sweep, you have to get the read and then block it, or get a perfectly timed sidestep right. If you're Kazuya, who has a below average sidestep, sidewalk right, sorry, not sidestep right. As you saw multiple times there, I tried to sidestep right. I even tried to sidestep right in the match itself to try to option select what she was going to do from stance, and that fucking hell sweep still managed to get me. I did not expect that, but it's got some pretty solid fucking tracking. It's minus 16, like I said. Launch punishable by the entire cast, including Steve now. But is it fucking... does that matter? No. Doesn't fucking matter. That's a really, really good move. It's crazy how strong that hell sweep is. So, now we're on to the final round. I lose this one too, but I want to go into a couple of details during this round. So let's see what we got. This is another move that's crazy good. Horse Stance 4. Is +8 on block. +8 on block after a 4-4-2 connects, which is +5 and goes into stance. You have to sidestep this move, and if you do sidestep into block, you will still get the move will realign. It's actually got some ridiculous tracking. Sidestep into block when she's already done the move. Like the move is coming out, I sidestep into block. And I still get clipped by it on block. But if I time the sidestep perfectly, or I do a sidestep into no block, just sidestep, then I will dodge it completely. But if I try to press forward here and try to hit her with like an electric punish, I get fucked up for it, right? As always, you know, my hitbox expands greatly once you press a button, so it makes perfect sense. But that was the punish that I wanted. So you can deal with this move pretty well. It's quite linear. In fact, I think sidestep left here is better. So, you know, once you see her go into horse stance, sidestep left isn't a horrible option. But just remember that she has fucking homing moves as well, right? So I try to bait her out with a down 1+2 there. Now she's just throwing all the shit out, and now I try to jab check and I get destroyed by a power crush that's plus on block. Why is horse stance 4 all that scary? Well, because first of all, in this scenario, when she's +5 going into horse stance and then hitting 4 in horse stance, it's a slow kick. It comes out at what, 28 frames? So it's, you know, it's not that fast. Obviously, with the +5, it still comes out at 23 frames. So I can interrupt it with a whole bunch of shit. That's why it traded with my down 1+2, because that is a 23 frame move, and those two obviously connect at the same time. At +5, if she's in stance and going into stance at +5, you don't necessarily ever want to jab interrupt or power crush, because she's gonna do, she could do a low that would just fuck you right up, right? Like the hell sweep that we were just talking about. You don't really want to power crush because hell sweep will kill you. So don't power crush. You obviously don't want to jab interrupt because she's +5, which makes horse stance 4 scarier for that reason. But you could theoretically interrupt her, obviously. So if I want to take control of Kazuya right now, I could have gotten a counter hit, you know? If I had known that she was going to do that shit, then I could have got a counter hit. You know, and then continue my offense from there. What's the appropriate counterplay for that move? Well, it's kind of hard to say. You can sidestep it. We know about that. We know now that we can interrupt it, obviously, if she opts to go for that. But she has other options from stance that will beat your potential interrupt. So is interrupting the best course of action? In my opinion, no. Don't interrupt her if she's +5, because she has so many options that will kill you if you try to interrupt. The only option that you can really interrupt is horse stance 4. So there's a conundrum right there. But even the movement concept is also circumvented with her other moves. So it's actually kind of daunting. When she goes into stance, especially when she's in fucking heat, she is terrifying. Because there's so many different things that can come out of the stance, and not everything is beaten with a sidestep to the right. Some things are beaten with sidestep to the left, some things are beaten with a simple backdash, which we can try right now. Single backdash isn't going to do shit. You really just have to sidestep, because she's still +5, so backdashing doesn't do shit. But as we saw, movement takes care of that move. You can also interrupt it and get a counter hit. Now, if she does something else, you can power crush through it, perhaps. So that's a move that you could power crush through. But you can't jab interrupt that, right? So she's going to do horse stance 1. Jab interrupt will not work. Throw interrupt here is not going to beat this. Neither will jab interrupt, as you saw. Throw interrupt is too slow because +5. This beats out the throw because a throw can't trade with a hit. If a throw and a hit are both 12 frames, the hit will win. That's just Tekken. That's how it works. See, it didn't work. You saw that the pink spark came out, so obviously the throw connected, but the hit still overpowers the throw, and it has priority. So that's something to keep in mind. But the main thing that is scary about that mix-up is, since you can't throw interrupt despite it being a power crush, that's scary, because when she's at +5 after the 4-4-2 connects on block, she doesn't have to worry about getting thrown. That's pretty crazy. So you're already deterred from wanting to do a throw mix-up or a throw interrupt. Dick jab isn't going to work either there, because she's doing a power crush. So the only thing I can really do from this scenario, after she does horse stance, is do a quick duck into punish. I don't even think you can backdash from this. No, the backdash will still... Backdash will lose. No, a backdash doesn't work. And obviously it's a homing move, right? So you can't sidestep either. So a lot of your options are just outright just defeated by Lydia's offense when she's trying to run in on you. And sidestep right is her typical counterplay, like I said, but horse stance 1 says no to that. So you don't want to sidestep against that move. The only thing you can really do is duck and launch punish if you want to beat it outright, or if you just want to be safe, then you can just block. The issue with blocking here, though, is once you've eaten the horse stance 1, she can do other things from there. I also forgot to mention that Stalking Wolf 4 is a launcher. That's fucking crazy. It's a counter hit launcher. Oh man, that exchange was pretty fucked up. So what happened here, I got the kip up because I got the read that she was going to try to come in on me again, and she gets the interrupt, which gives, if she hits you with horse stance 1, on counter hit, it's plus fucking 16. There's really nothing you can do about that. And then from horse stance, she has the option of doing Hell Sweep as well. So let's just see this quick exchange real quick. So I'm at minus 16, and now she's going into Stalking Wolf stance. Stalking Wolf 4 is an automatic Hell Sweep move. The hand hit that she does after that, the chop, that comes out automatically if the 4 connects. And that's her other Hell Sweep that you just saw there. So what I tried to do here was interrupt with a Heat Engager, just in case she did something that was a little bit, that wasn't the Power Crush. Anything but the Power Crush would have been nice. But she did the Power Crush. Fair enough. Makes sense. It's a great fucking move. It's a great option. So I'm minus 16 now. And then she hits me with Stalking Wolf 4, which is the Hell Sweep. Kills my ass. And then I get up, and she does another Hell Sweep, down back 3, which is the low. The neutral Hell Sweep, plus 7 on hit. Terrible range, but it's a homing move. Homing fucking Hell Sweep. And when Lydia, with a character like Lydia, she is the kind of character that always wants to be in your face. She's a very string-heavy, pressure-heavy character that's just constantly bombarding you with hits. Plus frames. The range of a lot of her attacks isn't very good because it doesn't need to be. Because she's always in your face. She's got Power Crush galore. She has a parry and stance when she's in heat. She has plus frames all over the fucking place. So she's very oppressive. And sidestep right is a great option, but she has options to beat you, including that Hell Sweep there. So that's a bit of a bitch. I'm not a super fan of that, but that's just kind of the character of Lydia. You just have to... She's basically the ultimate counterplay to Lydia is get a hard read. What has your opponent been showing you for the duration of the match? I fucked up here because I'm rusty. I haven't played for 2.5 weeks. And she has been showing me that she does the Power Crushes or the lows from stance. So why I thought down back 1 was a good option is because I figured, well, it could be the last round. I have a slight health lead. Maybe she's going to try to do something different, but no, they stuck to their guns and they did the same thing. Down back 1 would have interrupted slower moves, and I would have gotten my heat off, and then I probably would have just taken the round after that. But because they stuck to their guns and did the Power Crush again, it's a really fucking good option. There's no reason not to. It's plus 1 on hit. It's a Power Crush. It's fucking super fast at 17 frames, especially if you're doing it from 4-4-2, which puts you right into that stance, horse stance. And there's no reason not to go for the Power Crush, unless you're spamming the shit out of it, in which case your opponent can duck you and launch you for it. But even then, she has options to beat your duck. So what you have to do is just visually confirm what your opponent has been showing you on screen, and then try to circumvent their offense from there. I tried to see if, So she gets the Hell Sweep on me, does another Hell Sweep, goes for another Power Crush, and then I lose right here because I'm trying to get a jab. I'm trying to jab check her just to see if, what can I fucking do here? I'm desperate at this point. I probably could have done a rage art here or something, but I'm in my head at the moment thinking, okay, what the fuck do I do against this character? I need to figure out my shit. That L sweep fucked me right up. I didn't know it was +7, or I would not have tried to jab interrupt. I thought that move was like +3 or +4 or something. +7, I'm a dumbass for trying to jab interrupt. That's my lack of knowledge of the Lidia matchup. I just didn't realize that was the case. +3, +4, if she's going into stance, jab interrupt, not the worst thing in the world. +7 and she's going into stance, jab interrupt is the worst thing in the world. I'm a dumbass. The worst thing I could have done is press the button here, and I chose to press the button. Again, my own ignorance is to blame. I don't know the Lidia matchup very well. So this is a video for me as much as it is for you guys. Now I've kind of got the idea of what to do against this character. Anybody else really irritated with this fucking replay system and how annoying it is? Like, can we just fucking go from round to round seamlessly without having to watch the ending cutscene, click play again, it reload us into the fucking fight, and then us start at round 1. And then the announcer has to go through round 1 fight, and then we can choose which round we want to observe. Like, devs, the replay feature is fucking fantastic, but there's a reason a lot of people don't want to use this shit. It's because it's fucking slow. It's not fun. We want to fucking just get into where we want to get into. We want to know exactly where the fucking problem is when we want to know where the problem is. We don't want to have to fucking sit through cutscenes to find out where the fucking hole in their offense is. So stop with this transitional bullshit. We should be able to just do this, select where we are in the round or in the match any fucking time during the replay section. Like, there should be no round 1 start and us having to sit through that. Why the fuck does that exist? Anyway, that's just my own rant. I love the replay feature. I live here. This is where I go when I have no fucking clue what's going on in a match. And I get my ass kicked. So this is like the 5th Lidia player that I've now labbed and done a replay feature for, and I'm finally making a video for it because I figured, shit, I'm labbing Lidia in replay mode so much, might as well make a fucking video and talk about my process. But what I've identified here is the key counterplay for Lidia is not very intuitive. So she's gonna do a hell sweep here. I'm gonna get up, and I try to backdash there. Just back roll, get up, and it's all I'm doing here is back rolling into a backdash, and it doesn't fucking work. So if she wanted to, I'm gonna back roll, and then that is a punish. It doesn't say punish, but that is the best counterplay for the hell sweep. You do get a free 16-frame punish. See this shit. This is the shit I'm talking about. We gotta play again, let it fucking load. What is this shit? PS fucking 5 load times? Come on, man. And then you get round 1 fight, and now you can choose which round to fucking go play. I want to see round 4 again, because there was a lot of shit that happened there. And now I can figure out what the fuck is my, like, devs, what the fuck is that? Come on, I want to get to round 4 now. What is this shit? Don't fucking make me wait. This is so ridiculous. But anyways, again, I'm just fucking ranting. I'm pissed because the replay feature should be more accessible than this. But, I mean, at least it exists. So that's cool. I just think that that's a sloppy way to implement it into the game, where we have to do so much waiting and so much cutscene shit. No wonder people don't use the feature as often as they should. Nobody wants to sit around and wait to watch themselves get their ass kicked by a character they don't fucking like, they don't know anything about. And on top of that, have to, like, what the fuck, man? Waiting on top of watching yourself get your ass kicked? No fucking wonder people don't like this feature. Or, I mean, they like it, but they don't use it. And that makes sense to me. So if they cleared this shit up and made this shit a little bit faster, let's move the pacing along a little bit so we can get back into ranked mode so I can go start implementing what I've learned now in real time in an actual match. You know, instead I'm stuck watching fucking cutscenes all day because the replay mode, like, I just want one little piece of information. I want to see what can I do after a hell sweep. So backdash. One backdash doesn't work. Like I said, Lidia is the kind of character that wants to constantly be in your face. So backdashing is pretty much off the table. Unless you're like Alyssa. Maybe Alyssa's backdash, she could maybe backdash out of the way there. But Alyssa's a cheap bullshit character, so obviously she can do that. What I'm trying to say here is there exists counterplay for this character, but it's very tricky. It's not easy counterplay, especially considering how oppressive Lidia is and how she's constantly in your fucking face. And then when she's in heat with a level 3 install, you better start fucking praying to the god that I don't believe in, because goddamn, man, she is an oppressive fucking character when she's not in heat. When she's in heat, she's up there with fucking Dragunov, man. I'm not even kidding. She is strong in heat. I would say, I'm not gonna exaggerate, but I don't want to exaggerate, but I would say that Lidia is in contention. Not saying this is a fact, but take these words and apply them to a few months from now and see if they still hold true. She's currently in contention for having the best heat in the game. Okay? And this is coming from a Kazuya player. Kazuya has arguably the best heat in the game. His heat is fucking amazing. Because his neutral is so shit, obviously he needs a good heat system. But she's got a great neutral and amazing fucking heat. So I'm thinking that Lidia might very well be the best heat character in the game at this point, just because she basically becomes a completely different character in heat. She gets the unblockable high. She gets a mid that will launch you like a fucking what is that? Like a class 2. I think that's a class 1 is like electric, and then class 2 is where is like fucking just frame skyrocket kind of shit, like what she just does, what she can do with the mid. One of the mids. And then the other mid that she can do from there that you can sidestep right. You can sidestep right both of the mids. And the high unblockable, but the high unblockable has a lot of tracking, or decent tracking, so you can't really sidestep that one. You can if it's a perfectly timed sidestep, but if you're like -3, -4, and up, don't even bother trying to sidestep that move. And when Lidia does her heat smash, she's at +10 if you block it. And from there, you really do just have to take the mix up. You have to guess, duck the high unblockable, or stay standing and eat the high unblockable. But if I duck, I beat the high unblockable, but I'll eat both of the mids, the +6 on block mid and the class 2 launching mid. So she's got a really scary fucking mix-up after her heat smash connects. Very, very, very strong character, I gotta say. Amazing character. A lot of people think she's, B tier, A tier. I don't know, man. I have a hard time believing that. She's very oppressive. She reminds me a lot of Dragunov at this point in time. Maybe not as good as Dragunov in terms of frames, but her oppression, especially in heat, I'd say rivals Dragunov neck and neck. So the counterplay to Lidia at the moment, it exists. It's there. It's very difficult. There are multiple options for a lot of her moves, so she's not super cheap. But I find the big thing that people are complaining about with Lidia specifically is her range problems. Which, again, as I said, she doesn't need to worry about range issues when she's the kind of character that only needs a couple of moves to get in on you, and then she's right in your face for the entire fight. So, the fuck, man? Like, there's no reason to complain about her range issues when she has multiple moves that will get her in on you and put her into stance and then allow her to run her offense, mixing you up with all kinds of moves, high power crushes that are fast and can't be throw interrupted. Fucking super strong lows, including hell sweeps. Class 2 mid launchers, +6 on block mids, unblockable highs. Like, she is a really strong character and always wants to be in your face. So her range issues don't exist, in my opinion. That shouldn't be a complaint from Lidia players. If you're a Lidia player and you're complaining about her range issues, you're playing Lidia wrong. She should be in your fucking face all the time. She's the antithesis of Kazuya. Kazuya wants to stay, range 2.5 to 3, and Lidia wants to stay at range 0. So I could see this being kind of a shit matchup for Kazuya going forward. But we'll see what that holds, if that holds true in the future. So now I want to try just a couple of one more thing I want to test out real quick. I'm gonna take control of Kazuya here. She's gonna run in and do a forward 4-2 into horse stance 1. I can interrupt her hell sweep. Just keep in mind that she has other power crushes from here. And again, I can't really sidestep this hell sweep. It's amazing. I'm switching up the timing of the hell sweep. I'm trying both sides. And yeah, you really can't sidestep this hell sweep. You have to sidewalk it, and even then it has to be a perfect sidewalk. Fucking ridiculous. And look how much she realigns in your face. God damn, look at this shit. Man. Okay, a perfect sidewalk. God damn. Perfect sidewalk there. Just look at how much she realigns. Next time I sidewalk that move, check how much she's realigning with the hell sweep. Fuck, I'm not trying to jump. I'm timing my sidestep shit there. Look at how much she realigns there. I wonder, can I even get like a... It's so hard to sidewalk this fucking move. There's no fucking point in even trying to do that. If you think she's gonna go for the hell sweep, for a Stalking Wolf 4, I guess it's called. If you think she's gonna go for that, then just duck. Just block low and then hope she goes for it and kill her there. But man, and hope she doesn't go for one of the mids. Jesus, man. Like that move should be... Like, this should not be that hard to sidewalk. I'm gonna try to go for a punish. So I can get a punish. She realigns a lot, though. Man. It really is a shame that, that exists like that, because, you know, you can block it low, great. But that kind of seems like the only option available to that hell sweep, and I don't agree with that. If sidewalking needs to be absolutely perfect, then you can pretty much forget about that as an option for the counterplay, because it's never gonna fucking happen. You know, like, especially online with the teeniest little bit of lag, your perfect sidewalk it's not realistic, man. It just isn't realistic to think of that being a potential counterplay option when Lydia's running her fucking offense in your face so adamantly throughout the entire match, which is the design of the character, right? So you're already stressed out trying to deal with her flurry of fucking attacks. The fact that you can't even circumvent one of her best best lows with movement. Like, I can't sidestep that shit. Sidestep will fucking not do anything. It's amazing. This is fucking crazy move, man. I don't know. That shouldn't exist. Sidestep right should beat this. Why does this fucking track at all? It looks like a linear kick. What the fuck is that? So, sidestep right into block. Sidestep right into duck into block is probably the best option here. This is insane, man. Yeah, I don't know. Sidestep right into block will beat it. Blocking low will beat it. But I mean, fuck off. Like, that level of counterplay is fucking stupid, man. It's so hard to implement that in real time. You can do it, but goddamn, it's gonna be difficult. So Lydia's got a lot of shit that's really hard to deal with. And like, if backdashing doesn't work, as we saw, sidestepping left doesn't work, as we saw, sidewalking left doesn't work, as we saw, sidewalking right is your only real option, and even then it needs to be a perfectly timed sidewalk right. Sidestep right into block is fine, but if she does the low, it'll still fucking kill you, so you gotta sidestep right into duck block. That's like, we're going back into fucking the counterplay shit for Azucena's while running 3-2 back in the day. Like 2-3 months ago, when that shit was +5 on block. The way to beat that move was to sidestep left into duck, and then launch her for it. Like, Yeah, fine. Theoretically, there's counterplay, but that's some bullshit, hard level fucking counterplay, man. Like, Jesus, fuck these new characters with their stupid shit. I really don't like that's a thing, man. Like my hell sweep. If I want to connect with my hell sweep, I have to realign with the opponent multiple times, and they cannot be sidestepping at all. Otherwise, the hell sweep just fucking whiffs all over the place. The second hit of the hell sweep does nothing to realign either. So, fuck, man. Like, but meanwhile, Lidia gets to do a hell sweep and +5 mids and shit, and power crushes that are +1 on block, and like, man, that you can't interrupt with a throw because she's +5 when she goes into cat's or a horse stance after 442 is blocked. You can't even interrupt her fucking power crush. Like, Jesus, that's strong, man. That's really strong. Lidia is a strong fucking character. But anyways, the point I was trying to make of this video was, how do I lab? What's the approach I take? And I wanted to touch on Lidia a little bit. So I kind of did both in one video. But Lidia is a crazy character. She's basically the thing keeping me from getting Tekken God right now. Because I can get Tekken Emperor back, no problem. I've already lost it twice and got it back twice, so it's not a big deal. I've never got down to Bushin from Tekken Emperor. This is the first time, but this is the first time I've fought against like 20, 30 Lidia players in the span of 2 days. So I got fucked right up by Lidia players. And that's cool. I got no problem with that. I'm learning a lot about the character. But the things that I'm learning are like, oh shit, this character's really fucking strong, and what the hell do you do against this chick? Even after labbing multiple of them in replay. Like, goddamn, she's got so many fucking options. And you gotta think so much against this character. I have not had to think this hard against a new character since fucking, I don't know, Fakum Ram in Tekken 7, maybe? I guess Kunimitsu in Tekken 7, I had to think pretty hard against that character because she was just broken bullshit. But Lidia, man, like, her heat is insane. The amount of shit that she has is it's very, very daunting, and it's a lot to think about. So the Lidia player is always at advantage when you're in a match together, because she can just throw out the offense, no care in the world. It's just, you don't have to think when you're just attacking. You have to think when you're defending. So keeping your opponent in check by making them think all the fucking time, you're already getting inside of their head, and mind games are a huge part of Tekken. So if you can play mind games with your opponent just because you chose a specific character, you've already got a massive advantage there. Lidia is super strong for that reason alone. But on top of that, she's got the oppression tools to assist her with those mind games. So you're oppressing the opponent while making them think, and that's just like a recipe for a very, very strong character. Lidia is very big contention for S tier for sure. I think she's for sure S tier. But again, that has yet to be seen. We don't have tournament evidence to say that for sure. We have no real data on the character outside of ranked matches. But from the tools that she has, in contrast with the other tools from all the other S-tier characters in the game that we know are definitively S-tiers, like Dragunov, she is, it's very reminiscent of those tools. So there's a very good argument to be made that she's fucking S-tier. But anyways, how do you lab characters? There you go. This is how I approach it. I find the hole in the offense by doing the thing over and over and over and over again and trying to see what options cover what. And if it turns out only one option covers it, then that's a strong fucking situation for that character. So, but fortunately in Tekken, most moves and most scenarios in the game allow for at least 2 options to beat. 2 options of counterplay. Either blocking or sidestepping, or blocking or ducking, or blocking or backdashing, or sidestepping or ducking, or, you know, just 2 options are usually available to every move in the game. If there's only one option available, like in this scenario where blocking low is really your only viable option in a real match, that's a strong move. Very, very strong move. Even if it is launch punishable on block, that doesn't really mean a whole lot when you can do 2 of them and pretty much back to back. especially since she has another hell sweep from the neutral. Like, Jesus, man. So Lidia has some crazy tools. One of the strongest characters in the game so far, and I think it's going to be interesting to learn a lot more about this character, but anyways, so try to get two birds stoned at once with this video, talking about Lidia and talking about labbing characters, but I hope it helps. Hope everybody learns something. Appreciate you guys tuning in for this one. It was a lot of fun to make this one. I've been meaning to make this one for a long time, but I've been busy with voice acting school. Well, it's just acting school that I'm in right now. And I'm trying to start an acting career. So for those of you who've been watching my channel and subscribed for a while and following along, I really appreciate all of you. If you guys are brand new to the channel and I haven't been present for the last couple of weeks, there's the reason. I'm in school right now, and it's a lot of work, and I'm loving it, but I don't have a whole lot of time to put towards Tekken, and I'm, you know, obviously from the blue rank up there, you can see that I'm suffering from it, from a lack of play, but that's okay. I'll bounce back, and I'll be able to make more content pretty soon here. I'm going to start trying to make more time for Tekken and content making, and hopefully we'll be able to pump out at least 2 videos a week. That's my goal. So, anyways, hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It helps out with the algorithm and all that shit. And there you go, guys. So I will see you guys soon. Keep rocking out and keep gaming.